All right, guys, we are back. Sorry for the delay, and we're going to podcast you for about 7 minutes here while we are waiting for the delay. And supposedly that's going to fix all the problems. JT just came in and joined the team here a couple of weeks ago, and he has been working really hard. And I know when you see so many glitches and you see the cameras getting stuck and the audio messing up, it feels like, does anybody over here know what they're doing? But the fact of the matter is that it takes a full team getting coherent with one another to make this thing happen. And they're still kind of in the training process there of getting everyone into place. So
he's doing a really good job.
he is doing a really good job, actually. He's back here working on it relentlessly, and he got us all set up on this new soundboard that gives us a lot better audio when it's working. And here in the booth, it's been going great, and it also gives us some cool voice function changes and some options for sound effects. We'll try and work some of those in here as we get going, actually. And the table audio, you could hear it when we were having it working earlier. It was working good. It sounded so clean. You could hear all of the players, what they were saying. And I know that's going to really help the stream grow and become a lot more dynamic when we can hear our players when they get into a really big pot together. But yeah, we're still getting all the kinks worked out. And here in 5 minutes, we will be back into the action with our ladies. And they are having a good time out there, so I know we still have a lot of good stuff coming here in the next couple of hours for you guys.
You know, and thanks to JT for installing the microphones on the table last week. I don't know if you were aware, but there's new microphones in between seats 2 and 3 and 7 and 8.
Nice, that's awesome.
Right along the rail.
And he also helped us out a lot by getting it set up so that our headphones can hear the table audio in the background and allow us to know when to talk and when to let the ladies talk.
Absolutely.
And then also set it up so that our mics come through our headsets instead of through the table mic, because on previous weeks we were having a little bit of echo because the two commentators were having to lean into the same table mic. So having these headsets helps a lot. Also allows us to relax a little bit instead of being hunched over talking into the mic the whole time.
Yeah.
Napalm getting a little out of hand here. We're going to need some more shots before we get into that crazy stuff. But as always, we appreciate you being here. And Josh, appreciate you as well. I guess Josh said he was out there playing right now. I didn't see him earlier. It must be a late night session here.
Yeah, I didn't see him.
Rolled into playing that 1-2 game, I guess. Looked like it was a pretty decent game today. And
it was.
actually, just when I was out there, I saw David flagging me down, asking me to come play. I'm sure he's trying to turn it into a 1-3.
Always.
Yeah, Josh, did you guys turn it into a 1-3 out there? Or are you still playing 1-2? And if you're not familiar, the difference is that our 1-1 game here is a 200 cap. Our 1-2 game is a 500 cap. And our 1-3 game is, I believe, 1,000 cap.
It is 1,000.
Okay, and then the 2-5 would be uncapped. Is that what we're normally doing?
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
Yep. And I guess they've actually been playing 5-5, not 2-5.
Yeah.
So small difference.
I'd like to see more 1-3 games, maybe 1-3 round of each, or 1-2-5, and even possibly a 2-5 with a couple of hands of Omaha in there. That would be spicy.
Yeah, you know, I think my favorite game type would be Texas Hold'em with one hand of PLO on a rotating button and then a bomb pot on the dealer change.
I agree. Although I'm not a big fan of the bomb pot, but most people like them.
I am a fan if they come only once every 30 minutes. When you get
on
one
dealer change?
Yeah, when you get one every orbit, they just take so much time.
They do.
You end up only making it for an orbit and hold down or something.
And speaking from a dealer's perspective, they take a lot of time that it could have been spent on other hands. And again, I'm not bashing a bomb pot. I mean, they are fun and a lot of people like them. But I mean, you have to understand the standard bomb pot hand is going to last 7, 8, 9 minutes. Unless, of course, I'm dealing it and then nobody bets and it's a $14 raked pot. And yes, Napalm, before you ask, yes, I am a dealer here.
Napalm suggesting to bring back the round of each game. We actually have a round of each where they play Bomb Pot Congress and high only every single Wednesday. And it is a $5 Bomb Pot, and they play 2-5, 300 min, 3K cap. So we already have that going, and I know they'd be willing to play multiple days a week if we get a big enough player pool for it.
Yeah, all you've got to do is just voice interest, and if the players are here, we'll put together the game.
Don't want PLO in the mix. What is wrong with you? How can you not want some PLO in the mix? You got 2 split pod games. You don't want 1 single pod game? And when PLO's in the mix, it makes everything else juicier too, because people get super active in PLO, and then it makes them start leaking in the other games. They can't help themselves after they've gotten all that action in the PLO round.
You know, Nick, for a long time, I absolutely could not stand PLO, primarily because I didn't really know how to play it. And then, you know, I was involved in a home game, and they'd play a PLO 1 hand every orbit or 2 hands every orbit, and I'd sit them out. Well, finally, one of the guys just said, just learn how to play it.
Yeah.
You know, just learn how to play it. Now, I prefer PLO.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll play if I'm on a nice, good 1-2 or 1-3 or 2-5 table, but then a PLO table pops up, man, I'll change tables. I love PLO.
Absolutely. And Napalm, you are in luck, buddy, because this game that I'm describing, it's all 5 cards. So you should come up on Wednesday and play.
Yeah, 12 noon, I believe. Somewhere between 12, 12:30. Is that when they start?
I think they start at noon.
Yeah.
And
that's a live game.
Yep, and they've got a full table every single week, and I know that they would definitely be willing to get a second one going if we get a few more players.
Absolutely. And Jimmy, the guy that puts it together, he's really good. Like if another person shows up and they've already got 9, you know, he'll stand up and let the next new player come in and play.
Yep, and I actually have his number here, so... Oh, he's familiar with Jimmy's game. Okay, there we go.
Looks like we're almost coming up on the live stream again.
Yeah.
Got about 4 seconds.
New York Giants chick is waiting for it. Here we go. Just like that, we're back. Instant glitch, but smooths itself out. Here we go.
It corrected itself.
Thank goodness. And it looks like we came into the middle of a hand here, so I'm probably going to have to wait for it to finish before we get graphics. Oh boy, a little bit of lag.
You know, this might make JT just clock out and go home.
Oh man, I'm sure he's pulling his hair out. Props to him for sticking it out and being a good sport. We appreciate that a lot.
I pulled my hair out once.
That's all you can do. You can only pull it out one time.
For those of you that don't know me and can't see me, I'm of the shaved head variety. I have a lot of hair. I do.
Do you really?
Yeah, I choose to shave it. I have a lot of hair. It's on the inside. That's why I laugh a lot. It tickles my brain.
The hair's on the inside?
Yeah.
Of your armpits?
No. Come on, man. I'm not from France.
And then no more bets. Whoever has the best hand wins. And there's no more betting.
I want to hear what Marty's saying.
What do y'all think? Y'all like it?
A little low stake.
Yeah?
A little low stake hitter.
And then nobody bets. Whoever has the best hand wins.
That's cute. Okay, let's do
What
it.
do y'all
Little
think?
bomb. Yeah,
So
okay,
can you put
everybody's
it on the butts?
What, like a limited bump pot?
Yeah, just $10. That's it.
Okay.
Whoever has
Thank
the
you.
best
I
hand.
never get to play bump pot.
So that's like
Okay, it's a flip.
Yeah, that's just like $1 flip.
So we're checking around right
No,
now?
not right
So they're talking about
Yeah, we're checking.
doing a bomb pot
Yes.
and capping it? Is that?
No, I think she's saying instead of doing a bomb pot, they're just going to do a $10 flip.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So it'd be $90 in the middle. Pretty sizable for this game.
Absolutely.
now. You got to tell me the answer to.
Well, you gotta ask her.
I've heard her say bitch please about 6 times.
Baby
And
Sade.
I mean that shit.
Sade.
Bitch please. Bitch
Sade.
please.
You don't like me. You don't listen to nothing.
I just want to just roll off.
Give me the butt.
I'm
Give
gonna
me
start adding that in my vernacular.
I did it. Sorry.
Everybody wanted to cheat.
When it gets to me, we're gonna
I
have a
raised
bump up.
freestyle. What you talking about? Oh, you should have seen it last night.
Right?
I raised
We don't got that kind of money.
Sorry.
This is a 4
That's
section.
the first time I done raised all night. I know it's true. Give me my little
Napalm says he's played it a few times, but just prefers the other ROE game. What other ROE game are we talking about, Napalm?
I think he's talking about just the Congress and Bomb Pot.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna.
Because that used to be a really popular game here.
Sounds good.
Oh, back in the other days?
Yeah.
Let me hit my vape before we do that, so I can.
Pineapple.
I trust you. I know.
For sure. Pineapple's a great way to do flips. Not even really a flip at that point, just kind of a low strategy game.
Low strategy as in none?
I mean, you still have to choose which card to throw away.
Okay.
I mean, that makes a difference.
So at best, you've got a 33% chance.
Of making the right decision.
Right.
Well, I mean, some of them are obvious. If you get dealt ace, ace, deuce, you're going to throw the deuce away, right? I guess if it's crazy pineapple, you add a lot more strategy because now
You
you're
throw
gonna,
the deuce away, you know the flop's coming out, deuce, deuce, deuce. You're probably still going to
You'll
win
probably
with
still
your
be pretty
pocket
good.
aces,
Yeah.
but
That one feels like a boy, like a man. Yes. My stepmom loves it. Should I play it? Really, I was thinking it based off aesthetic and how cute they were in the same.
my exposure to Congress is very minimal. I mean, we played it at a game that I used to be at. It was a home game. But come to find out, we didn't know the rules.
Really?
We were playing it wrong, man. And we thought we knew what we were doing.
Yeah, usually I see people prioritize the high way too much in their starting hands. When in reality, you should be prioritizing the low, I think.
High's going to take care of itself.
Yeah, exactly. You can make a high with any hand on any board. You can't make a low with any hand on any board.
There was several times when we were playing that we had some pretty feisty arguments about the rules and an interpretation of reading a hand, and I would call Bailey, the one of floor managers here, and ask her, okay, I just sent you a picture of the board. Tell us who wins.
This is for Congress?
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny.
And she always helped us out.
I bet. She knows her stuff.
I need to buy her a bottle of Tito's for answering all those questions.
I'm going to need to buy JT a bottle of Tito's after I go tell him that the camera's stuck and there's no graphics. I'm going to give it just a second to breathe here. I'm sorry, guys. Switch this thing up. This is... Woo! Appreciate y'all hanging with us. We're having a good time just chit-chatting with you guys. I'm sorry that the poker's been a little laggy here. Now we got some cards out. Let's see if that leads to some graphics and some camera switches. We are getting a nice look at our 5, 6, and 7 seat here. Okay, we are back.
We've got graphics back.
I gotta hit him with gotta hit him with the air horn for the graphics.
That's apropos.
And here's for JT.
Thank you, JT. You are the bomb.
Oh, that's good stuff. Team Mary, Marty, and Tessa. Gotta pick. You can't have the whole table can't be your favorite.
Come on now. Let's make a decision.
Yeah, put them in order. 1, 2, 3. What's that popular game?
Left, right, center?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. That game dry. I think I'm the only person that I know that can play that game and lose $100 when it's $1 for every die.
Are you talking about oh wait, are you talking about a dice game?
No, left, right, center.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
No.
Because I was talking about that game, F1 Mary 1
If
Kill
there's a
1.
bad way to play that game, I guarantee I have figured it out.
I don't think I'm familiar with that game.
It's the 3 dice. It's L, R, C. Left, right, center. Okay, we're going to stop this.
I'm sorry. Napalm likes this graphic better. Okay, cool. A little sleeker. This is what it went to on the restart. So we're just going to bear with that for the rest of the stream. And we got a pretty sizable pot here with a $5 bet going in and then a whole bunch of callers. And we make it to the river with Jerry having the bottom end of the straight. And she's going to bet 25.
Please don't air that. Please don't put that on the internet. Please, like, my mama see that. I'm like, hold on, mama, wait. I didn't mean to talk about the dildos on the internet.
Why they're shown on it? You should
Quartet, Robbie,
right.
quartet.
Called off and
I mean, it helped me, but
the owner had to talk to her and say, we're going to take this off the TV because she was putting the dildos in everybody's face. I like this.
You want to try another one that I have? There's the spa one. It's the blue bottle. You know what I'm talking about? It's a blue bottle. Cause I don't like a lot of perfumey stuff.
Yeah, this is like subtle. It's just what I like.
Sounds like the ladies were talking about some of the splash pots we've had on previous weeks where things got a little out of hand. Our splash pots are sponsored by New Fine Arts.
You know, when I first heard that, I thought it was a joke.
Really?
I did.
Dude, they literally had them out of the box, passing them around, using them as card protectors. And that's what they were just talking about, that they had to like dial it back a little bit.
I seriously thought it was a joke the first time I heard it.
Tessa in the tank here with top pair, $25 to call. She's getting almost 3-1 on her money.
You know, I think this, I could be wrong, but I think this is the case 9 that hit the river. What do you think? Everybody out there, 1 for call, 2 for fold. What do you think Tessa's going to do? 1 for call, 2 for fold. What do you think Tessa's going to do with top pair here? Better hurry. Better get it in.
Actually, I love everybody at this table. Like, we got a good group of personalities at this table. I love for real. There's nobody here that I'm like, I'd rather
Reluctant fold, but it was the right fold.
I would tell you. I'd be like, I like everybody at the table. But no, everybody on this table. I know you.
Please tell me how to play.
Jerry's going to take that one down.
why did I think wait, why did I think it was a cup holder?
I would.
Napalm, but he
Y'all didn't see that?
his survey question was 3. His answer was 3.
Why did I think it was a cup
I would go
holder?
so far as to say, I would go on a road.
And you know Maddie's almost through with her drink when she starts using the card reader as a cup holder. All right, this is so much better with table audio, dude. This is something we have not had for any of the weeks that we've been doing the stream. You could hear like a murmur in the background, but this is the first time we've been able to turn the audio up and down in the booth and up and down on the table. And
It makes it a great experience.
yeah, and I still feel like a noob about when to do it, but I can tell that over a few weeks it's going to become really fluid and
Oh,
like
absolutely.
piping in that.
Makes our job easier, too.
Absolutely.
You know, I hate watching those poker productions, those shows, and the commentators talk too much, and there's really good table talk going on. There's been times when I scream at my TV, shut up! Napalm says table audio is better. Yes.
That's why I said we're going to jump it, me and you together. He thought I was playing. I ain't playing.
So Darla, who's new to the game, gonna show off the min raise strategy. I'm wondering if she maybe thought that it was a 1-2 game for a second and then decided to limp in, but
No, it's like an allergic.
maybe not. She does have a nice looking hand there. She's gonna get 3 callers, I'm sure. Can't imagine any of these ladies folding for $1. Beautiful flop for her.
Whole story. I wanted to say something, but I'm on live stream.
I don't think she's going to get any customers for this.
Yeah,
There are microphones, they really can't. We could not hear it.
Really?
Even the
They
men's
can't
stand,
hear
we
us?
could not hear it.
That
Okay, so I was
sucks.
gonna say that
on me?
There's a microphone there and that.
This is mean. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, they can hear me.
They can hear you, and they can hear you. Well, she's not saying that, but probably her.
That's Mama told me not to say it.
Declared it as mean.
It's mean. Not about nobody here.
Lame. That's so
Matthew
lame.
knows
I love it.
How do they know I'm energetic? Is this another
Matthew
big
knows,
file
like,
like this?
you know, you and Tina had like so much to do with Destiny
Hey,
Child.
that's my job.
Being an artist, and he was like, Matthew was like,
Maddie just joined us in the booth for just a second.
No, I didn't see that.
oh, ragby head.
She's a party.
Y'all been
She is a party. And she came in here to get some goodies.
Very astute businesswoman, too.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with her business.
Yeah, it's auto parts, and she has a junkyard. And she'll save various parts of cars, you know, that have been brought to the junkyard, and you know, you can get them from her store, new, used, and all sorts of stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's her business.
Very cool.
She doesn't
I had
work
no
there;
idea.
it's her business.
I want some. Okay, thank you.
She's fun to talk to.
Yeah, that's awesome. I had no idea about that.
See, y'all are too rich for me, ladies. Park Place.
Very impressive.
We stay in Beaumont. Y'all stay in
You know, we were here late one night. It was like 3 a.m. Some people were talking about being hungry. You know that taqueria that's right down the street at Regal Row and 183? She drove down there and got like 40 tacos. And
Really?
brought them back, and everybody, you know, just threw a few bucks here and there. And
That's nice.
yeah, it extended the game to about 6 a.m.
Interesting flop here, guys. Gonna have Denise with a pair of 10s, Kat with an open ender, and Darla with top. Even Nye has a little bit going here, some backdoor draws. She's gonna get away for 20 though.
I think I can go right now.
Going 3 ways to the turn, and it's deadly.
Oh, hello.
Denise and Darla both making 2 pair. Darla with only $65 left and 120 in the middle. Got to think this is all going in.
What's your bet on an 8 spike in the river? Would that be
I would
juicy?
say about 1 and 12.
Yeah. But that would be juicy.
That would be juicy. And Kat actually led with the open ender here on the turn. And Darla ripped it. I'm sure Denise gonna end up calling with 2 pair. And that might price Kat in here. She's gonna be getting 45 to win a whole bunch. So I'm sure she's gonna be in there with 1 pull at it.
This might be the biggest pot of the night.
Yeah, we're up to almost $300 in there. Well, they go ahead and flip their cards over. It's a brick on the end. Oh, it looks like the Jack-9 folded out. She would have bricked. So ace-queen beats ace-10. Big pot, almost $300 in the
Pretty
middle.
solid fold. You know, a lot of people with open ender, they'll see it. They'll pay to see it. There's Robbie, our dealer.
Robbie's a great dealer.
Yeah, he is. Solid mechanics. Runs a good, smooth game.
Yeah, and just kind of an even keel person.
Yep.
You can just tell when people are kind of sharp or bright. And when I talk to him, I can just tell that he knows what's going on.
Is that a dig toward me?
Not specifically, but you can include yourself if you want.
Okay, thanks. Yes, Napalm, that's it. I don't know about the spelling, but sure. You know the one I'm talking about.
Move along, sir. Kevin, move along, sir.
My preference is the barbacoa tacos. Oh, yeah.
How you doing? It's good to see you, man. Hi, you want a hug, a handshake, or something?
I gave him a hug. Go give him a hug. He's happy to be here.
Fressa, my goat, man. What's the relationship here?
I don't know.
It's
That's-
intense, whatever it is.
This has happened on several occasions on the chat. Fressa,
Yeah.
my goat.
Take a
Fressa the
guess
goat.
here.
I don't know.
Just a fan,
I've
stalker,
at least a fan.
lover,
I'm not going there.
father.
This is a family program.
Could be anything. I'm curious.
This is a family program.
And how to pronounce Argion? Is this like like a pirate or like a zombie?
I don't know. Picadillo tacos at Fuel City. Okay, those are good too.
Can I just buy this?
Okay,
Not
bomb
sure
pot.
if you guys could figure that out, but apparently it's bomb pot time here.
And that's it. No more betting.
Every time I see Mary, I always hit her with, Mary, Mary, why you bugging?
I don't know that.
Well, yeah, you're too young. But she's not. Her and I are close to the same age.
Oh, we still get 4 cards?
It's from old hip-hop days, back when you were born.
You should do 10 boards.
And who was it?
I don't know.
Or what?
It sounded like a Beatles song the way
No,
that you
no,
sang
no,
it,
no.
but
No.
yeah, I know it's not.
It's a hip-hop song. At least I think it is. In my mind, it is.
The way it's usually done.
Disney more.
It's a good idea, Napalm. I think I am going to suggest it. I don't think I'm going to do it right now in the middle of the stream, though, but I'm going to talk to Madi, about it afterwards
Wait, do we still see
and see what she thinks. That would make it a lot of fun for... I don't know if the card reader would be able to pick it up or not. That could be a problem. But we can
Well, it
ask
picks
JT.
up PLO.
Yeah, but I don't know if it would be able to discard. I mean, I know it technically can, but I don't know how much that would put on the action tracker to be able to do that in the middle of the stream.
JT, if you're listening, we have other questions for you coming.
Yeah, because I have played mixed games on the stream before, actually. We've played Deuce to 7 and stuff, so I know it can discard, but yeah, that'd be pretty cool, actually, if you could kind of... It's like still a coin flip. Nobody stands to lose any more than the $10, but at least like add a little bit of something to it, where you get to pick a card. That makes it more fun.
You know, a game that's become popular around here in the last couple of few weeks is Mexican Sweat.
Oh yeah, we've been doing a bunch of coin flips. Yeah, actually, we were playing DC here the other day, Napalm, and I was choosing 6-card Omaha Game of Regret, where you discard on the flop in the turn and work down to a 4-card PLO hand. And we were playing that both as a bomb pot and as a normal pre-flop action game.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was fun, and it's 1-1. You know, it's kind of funny. There's like this weird gap in the poker world where all the small stakes games are Texas Hold'em games.
Yeah.
And it's like, actually, it kind of feels like it could be the opposite, because the more money that you're playing for, the more Texas Hold'em becomes like extremely invigorating, you know, because you can win and lose like large amounts. But when you're playing for small stakes, it's almost like you're playing more for the fun of the game. And it's like, you would think more people would be interested in playing those little micro stakes games where you're playing like it feels more like a card game, like you would play with your family, you know, as opposed to a poker game where it's like really intense decision making. You know, playing like all those mixed games for 1-1 stakes or 2-4 limit, you know, that's fun.
Yeah, another game that's popped up here the last couple of weeks was 1-1 PLO.
Absolutely, and I want to get that game going every day. I would love to have some players sign up here on the stream, hit us up on a DM on Instagram or Facebook, and let's coordinate and get a PLO game going up here.
Yeah, I walked by the table the other day and guys have like $400 or $500 all in $1 white chips, and I was like, what are they playing? Is this a limit game?
Yeah, that was fun. We were playing 1-1 PLO, and then that's the one that devolved into the DC game.
You know that's a dealer's nightmare game, though, right?
I do understand that, but also, I mean, it's not going to become the dominating game of the floor.
But
so,
it's a part of dealing. I mean, there's going to
Exactly.
be times that you have an easy down, you know, and the chips all make sense, the betting makes sense, and you're kind of just a part of the game. And then there's other times to where they're betting odd amounts and there's lots of chips in play, and you know, it can get confusing.
for sure. Honestly, though, I feel like if the dealer is like having a good attitude about coming to work, it could even be fun to deal a game
Oh,
like
absolutely.
that. You
And
know?
those can be fun tables.
Exactly, and it's still better to have that extra table going than to not have it at all, you know?
Yes,
More money and more work is better than no money and no work.
every time. 11 times out of 10, my friend.
Yeah, but I do understand that it is a lot of work compared to doing a no-limit hold'em game, that's for sure. And you probably wouldn't... You might have something to complain about if you were being asked to deal that for every down, that's for sure. That would probably feel pretty
Yeah, if
intense.
somebody's having to Iron Man that,
Yeah.
oh, they'll be day drinking quickly.
Yeah.
As a dealer, I like dealing PLO hands because of the PLO math.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what we're talking about. When you're doing all those other games, you enjoy them because they force you to pay attention and make you present, and that's fun. Yeah, you can't get away with daydreaming, but you also get to enjoy your work for a few minutes
Well,
if you treat
yeah,
it that way.
and if you do happen to fall in the daydream, that's of course when somebody says, "What's in the pot?" and you're like, "Oh my goodness, I have no idea."
Yeah.
And then you have to look like a mope, stacking all the chips and counting them, and yeah, I try not to do that.
Okay, we're gonna do a.
My wife is a math teacher,
Y'all know what these do?
and
Hold on, let's hear Marty real fast.
oh, absolutely.
We got a BJ. Oh, that. We're gonna give out a blowjob thing.
Pop rocks in your mouth and
I'm gonna say, baby, I got you.
blow that dick right off.
Ladies and gentlemen out there on the stream, the game is loosening up along with the subject matter.
Oh, that was good.
I don't know if you guys heard that.
Am I allowed to clip that for the for shorts content?
I think so.
Oh, that's good.
The reference to Pop Rocks will now be forever.
Tainted in your mind.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, Miss Mary waking up with 9s in the bomb pot.
Naya's playing the Israeli Ron, Queen Deuce.
Yeah, and let's see how many of these ladies get involved just to be active in the bomb pot. Not many. No good hands out there. Relatively small splash pot, just some candy.
Oh my god, I should have played.
Oh, she said she should have played, but I'm not sure what she had, but I doubt it was better than a set of 9s.
You can try.
Miss Mary gonna score herself some Pop Rocks right here. Oh. I did not notice that Jerry's sitting there with the open ender, and now a diamond.
Naya, diamond draw.
Oh my gosh, did I jinx Miss Mary? Check, check.
10 of diamonds.
Is it apple or
Apple makes me nauseous. It's too sweet for me.
Oh, it's a brick. Miss Mary gonna win the splash pot here. Sprinkle of red chips in there as well. Looks like about a $50 pot.
They're bleeding my chips.
Jerry extolling Robbie. You couldn't put one more diamond out there?
Looks like she's gonna share the Pop Rocks with Kat.
Telling you, could have been the 10 of diamonds. That would have gotten salty.
Can we see it again? Because I missed it. Can we see the
Have you ever noticed that as the night goes on, Marichu gets a little bit more vocal with every passing minute?
I have noticed that.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's quite the coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah, I have a feeling you'd have to be asleep somewhere else in the city not to have observed that about Marichu. Napalm says he's ordering some Pop Rocks right now.
So I'm gonna throw in this ring pop as a butt plug. I said I'm gonna throw this ring pop as a butt plug.
I'm okay. Thank you so much.
And we just put the Pop Rocks comment to shame.
Marty. Friendly offer to the rest of the table.
And it's a cherry flavor.
And it's a cherry flavor, guys.
Oh my god.
So many comments. I'm so glad this is a family-friendly show.
I'm so glad I forgot what I told her. I'm so glad.
But that was for my sexual.
I'm sick of these hands. Robbie needs a break. Robbie needs to go to the bathroom. Robbie's not
Thank you.
Jerry
Leave it like that. That's
playing the 5 deuce, and she's got some nice equity in this hand.
I'm all in.
Seven's all in.
I knew
There
it.
you go.
Hey,
Yeah, Jerry's aggressive.
I knew Jerry was chasing that.
She bets out on the flop, makes her hand on the turn.
You know, 5 deuce suited is a hand that I would play on the regular.
Yeah, Nye's in there. She's got the jack of diamonds. She just needs to see the 9 of diamonds here to make a straight flush.
Oh,
It's the opposite, if there can be one. The deuce of clubs
it is the
bricks off.
furthest thing from.
And there's what Marty was talking about. She threw that ring pop in the middle.
Isn't that the one that she was
The butt plug.
sucking on?
You got it, baby.
I want you to put it in, but I don't want
I don't know if I can say that on the live stream,
it somewhere else.
but I just did.
Miss Jerry just won a ring pop butt plug
This is
that I
the
just
fun
threw out
part.
there.
Those are free candies.
And
So you can
it's
pull it back out.
baby, baby, and it's blue raspberries.
Oh boy.
Ay, Dios mío.
Adios mío.
Let's hope the kids have already gone to sleep.
I see how y'all were fighting for that butt plug.
I'm busy.
I'm busy. Let's scan your cards at least.
Marty having a good time out there, guys, and I am just imagining how fun this stream is going to get in the following weeks now that we have table audio. Marty leading the charge, providing the drinks, providing the fun, the energy, and she is the namesake for this game. I'm just having a vision that this thing could turn into something pretty cool once we get all the glitches worked out.
You know, she's got to stop sugarcoating things and just say what she's thinking. She really does.
It's only the second
There's our
shot.
chip counts, guys, and
Yeah, no.
the poker is going on in the background, but I think the show is going to be happening in the table talk.
Miss Mary's up.
You're right. I be feeling like
Miss Mary's up. I'm guessing she's in for 2.
I think so.
I'm full of
Well, that too. I will agree to that.
If any kid is watching this, they're a nerd.
You know
True
what?
that,
I'm going to take
and
this shot.
I'm sure they can find much worse on the internet. And to be fair, this is a poker room. 18 and up to get in.
You know, Tessa's sporting a pretty nice looking cowboy hat there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It will.
Very fashionable.
Mary. Good to go, Mary.
Right.
Damn, she just raised up. Oh, no, it's a five. I guess.
Yeah, 5 call, 6 call, 7 call.
Miss Mary.
Where are my cards, Robbie?
In the mud.
Long gone, baby.
Long gone.
Where are my pocket aces?
In the mud.
No, your cards are King 9 Jack. That's exactly what you have.
Darn it.
Miss Mary, pocket 3s. Darla's got a 3 though, so it's going to put her kind of behind the 8 ball.
Are you having
That's an ugly flop for pocket 3s,
So you're drinking alcohol now? You got the red band? Okay.
especially with only one case 3 left.
And it's Jerry who's got the best of it here. Top pair. And Cat with second pair and a gut shot.
4 raise, 25. 5 call.
Okay, and Cat gonna make an aggressive action here with her second pair and a draw. Put a little heat on Jerry. Bad kicker. But we know Jerry is very sticky. Ooh. Oh, and Jerry just immediately leads all in. 60 in the middle. She comes with 150.
Yeah, you mentioned she's an aggressive player.
Yeah, and Cat, I'm guessing, gonna let this one go. Doesn't like it. But there go the cards into the muck. Jerry shows the cards. Cat gives her a nod. Little friendly poker out there.
Had 2 pairs.
What's your take on showing
That's Gandalf.
showing your
Gandalf
cards?
played that for
You put out a big bet and they don't call.
wherever you are.
You know what I've found has happened over the years is that I show more and more just for social purposes, just to keep friendly at the table, because I just think it matters not that much.
Yeah.
You know, like, and there's situations where I wouldn't, for sure. Hold on, Marty's here.
1 call, 2 call. 4 raise, 25.
So I'm at the table and I'm watching. I actually get to watch a little bit of the comments, and I want to get a shout out to New York, I'm guessing it's New York Giants chick won. I love you too. Girl, you are in these comments, and I love you for that. So we appreciate you watching and commentating. Thank you for watching my game. This is Mari, obviously. And I read a comment that said, that caught my attention, and this is why I'm giving you a shout out. It said, I wonder how Halloween trick-or-treating will be at my house. Girl. Oh. So Nick just told me because I was giving the you know, I don't even know how I came up with that. Yeah, I saw these. I was obviously sucking on this ring pop, and I was like, this looks like a butt plug. And these, and I was like, and these are actually free. So they're all flavors, but then I thought about it when I said flavors. Okay, I don't know how that would work. But I love you, girl. I really want to meet you. I'm personally inviting you to play in my table. So please come out. All right, love y'all. Bye.
How many cards do you have? I have 4. 4. Okay, here comes 4. Top board, 4 diamonds. 9 of diamonds, 8 of spades. Turn. Top board, 6 of hearts. River. Top board, 5 of diamonds.
So I have a flush on this board
That's gonna win.
and I have a straight on the bottom.
That might win.
I don't have a boat, right?
Nada.
Good job, baby. She wins
No, I
both.
like this game.
No. Because I had trip queens and I didn't get shit. So you have trip tens, you ain't getting shit.
Button is moving. It's on the 8th.
Okay, Miss Jerry.
So you want to big line by yourself.
That's bum pot.
9 is sitting out. So you want to big line by yourself. Never mind, that's right.
All right, thanks to Madi for stopping by there. That was fun. Had a good laugh with her, and she is back out to the table.
That's a lot of energy.
That's a lot of energy. Good fun. Good
Yeah.
for the room. Good for poker.
Yeah, it is. I played on a table with her the week before, sitting right next to her. Man, I was tired by the time I got up.
Really? Whew. Energy the whole time?
All the whole time.
No, I remember seeing it.
Hold on, stay right now.
Players
4 fold. 5 call.
How many did you get?
7 raise 2.
How many did you get? That's $50. That's my goal if I get to
Sounds like they're out there playing rack attack.
Yeah, somebody did a rack attack and got a whole rack.
Pretty good. And guys, we got high hands going every Thursday this month from noon until midnight. And if you hit the high hand, you get to go play rack attack. If you don't know what that is, you can actually see it on our social media pages. We got several videos up of people playing it. Madi is one of them, actually. Her video went viral. And a little sad for her maybe because she was a little clumsy with the chips. She was having a good time. And maybe that helped send it viral. But worked out. I mean, that video got like 400,000 views.
I tried it one time just on my own, just to practice. Whew. I hope I never have aces cracked.
Well, it's all free. So even if you just get one. I think the average score so far has been around 4, maybe 3 to 4.
Yeah.
And that's with 40 seconds. But actually, if you're a VIP member here, then you get a minute.
Tell me about the VIP.
So VIP actually last month did not include your actual membership. It was just like an add-on. But this month they've decided to move to where that's just like an elevated membership tier. And it costs $70 for the month as opposed to the normal $30 for a membership. And then for that extra $40, you get a whole bunch of bonus stuff. And maybe the biggest thing, like in terms of pitching it, is that you get free entry into an $80 buy-in tournament.
Yeah, that monthly tournament, right?
Yeah, it's every month, and it's only $40 on top of your normal membership fees for the card, and then you get into the tournament for free. So you're saving a bunch of money just like immediately if you play the tournament.
That makes it worth it right there.
Yep, exactly. And then on top of that, you also get $2 discounted for every hour of cash game time that you buy.
Yeah, from $12 down to $10, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so if you even just play 20 hours for the whole month, then it's already paid for itself again.
Absolutely.
And then on top of that, you get some extra bonuses like the rack attack, where you get 20 extra seconds. And that can really add up. That's probably an extra $20 to $30 every time you play that game.
And 20 hours is not very much.
Yeah, exactly. And if you come every Thursday and play the high hands, you're probably going to play rack attack 3 or 4 times during the month. And then that's good for covering the price of the card once again, maybe twice. So easily
it's a
pays
good
for
deal.
itself. Yep. And it's even got a couple of extra little perks, like when you buy into one of our tournaments, you get a raffle ticket. Or if you buy an add-on in the tournament, you get 2 raffle tickets. And then every Tuesday, we do a raffle drawing for a $500 prize. Give away stuff like TVs, Bose headphones. Saw a Nintendo Switch out there, gift card bundle, stuff like that. So that's pretty sweet.
Plus those VIP members on the tournaments, they get that 5,000 extra chip.
That's true. Forgot about that. If you register on time for the tournament and pay the dealer toke, so when you play our free rolls, you can play absolutely for free. You get 3,000 starting chips. And then what most people do is they come to play the free chips, and then they also pay a $15 dealer toke just to, say thank you to our dealers for showing up and dealing free rolls and not getting tipped for that. So if you pay that voluntary tip, then you actually get an extra 12,000 chips. So it gives you kind of a full starting stack there.
Absolutely.
And then if you have that VIP membership and you register on time for the tournament.
And on time means?
Noon or 7 p.m.
Before noon or before 7.
Yep. Or
right.
Like today's tournament is the only one of the week where we actually start at 5 p.m. because it's a rebuy madness tournament. So we want to give plenty of time for people to play and rebuy. But yeah, if you register on time, then you get an extra 5,000 chips added to your starting stack. So you can actually start with 20,000 chips for every tournament for only $15 if you have that VIP membership.
And that's a good, healthy starting stack.
For sure. Brings you up to like a normal tournament starting stack, I'd say. Okay, Napalm roasting us here. I know, a little shameless, but what can we say? We're trying to pass a couple of minutes while they get all the new cards registered. We had to switch decks here. And
Tessa was dancing for us. I don't know if you noticed that.
yeah, you get double entertainment. You get to hear the soothing sound of me and Robin's voice, and you get to see Tessa dancing. And you get to find out about our great promos here.
I know if you've noticed over the past few weeks, it's getting really busy here consistently, day in and day out. And I'm really excited about that. It's really enthusiastic to come in, walk in, be ready for your shift. And, the room's already got 4, 5, 6 tables going.
Absolutely.
It's nice.
And like you mentioned earlier, on those Tuesday and Friday tournaments, so that's tomorrow, guys, we are hosting $2,000 free rolls instead of $1,000. We're doubling that prize pool, so we're calling it 2X Tuesdays, 2X Fridays. And those things have been really getting the players out. I think we had 77 last week.
Sounds right.
And I know we've been up around 60 to 65 range several times.
Yep.
And that's a pretty good turnout for a free roll. And we kind of blow those guarantees out of the water. Doubling it from 1,000 to 2,000 worked out great because the actual prize pools went from about 1,200 to 2,600.
Yeah, it was almost 2,700 this last time.
Yep, and they actually follow that structure that we just mentioned. So you only have to pay that $15 dealer toke to get that 15,000 starting stack, or go ahead and get that VIP membership. I mean, think about it like this. You can pay that membership and then you get tourney entries all month long. And that's about, let's see, we do 7 at noon and then we do 4 of them during the week at 7 p.m. So you're actually getting 11 shots at those free rolls. And if we extrapolate that to 4 weeks, you're getting to play in over 40 free rolls for the price of that $70 VIP membership, and then just paying $15 per free roll with some big prize pulls up, and you get a full starting stack. So in actuality, it feels like it would be kind of hard not to make money over the long run, paying such a small fee to get into such a sizable prize pool.
You know, you can't beat that.
You can't beat that. And if you're just learning how to play poker, or you're wanting to practice, or you just want to play for a really affordable price, I mean, it's hard to beat that. And our cash games actually offer that as well, because we play a lot of 1-1 here for Hold'em, for PLO, round of each. We've been getting that round of each going. And that's fun. There's some white chips on the table to make the stacks feel big. And I mean, in all honesty, guys, you know, we hear in the poker world, you hear a lot of people complain about small stakes games. They'll almost kind of act like it's laughable, because my personal opinion is that they've been trained, you know, kind of their ego has been trained to get into that defensive mode when you walk into a poker room and act tough, like you're not scared to lose a lot of money, because you know that's an important part of being able to sit down at that table and play your best. But what ends up happening is that you get immune to the fact that that money has very real-world consequences, and you are playing a strategy game that in a lot of cases people are not experts in. And if you think about, like, let's say one of your buddies like challenged you to play some other kind of game, you know, hey, let's play spades. If they said, hey, let's play for $500, you'd be like, what the heck, man? I'll play you for $10 or $20. And that would feel really normal to play for kind of those micro stakes. But in the poker room, there's so much ego involved that sometimes you got to feel like you got to put your whole mortgage on the line to be able to hang.
Yeah, and not everybody can afford, you know, the higher stakes games. So those 1-1 games, they're perfect.
Exactly.
They're absolutely perfect. And there'll be days we'll have 3 and 4 tables of 1-1 going on at the same time. So it's not just a one-off table.
Yeah, and in reality, even a 1-1 game is actually pretty high stakes poker compared to my best guess about what is the average stakes of poker played across all games, including home games and, you know, friendly get-togethers, online games. You know, 1-1, man, when I was playing online poker coming up, I was scared to death to play the 50-cent $1 game.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'd be playing 10-cent, 25-cent and thinking about taking a shot at the 25, 50-cent games. So, yeah, New York Giants chick brings up another great point, which is that in Texas, the games play even bigger. So a 1-2 game feels like a 2-5 game, and our 1-1 game does, in fact, feel like a real 1-2 game. And when I used to play at WinStar back in the day, it was a 200 cap 1-2 game.
Yep.
And played very small and cozy for someone who was just coming up. But me, as like a player who was coming from playing $5 sit and goes with my friends, playing 1-2 felt enormous. You know, that was like kind of save up your money for the weekend. We're going to, you know, take $400 to WinStar and see what we can do with it. You know, that's a lot of money.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, seeing as how we're playing off of my age, you know, back in the old days, when you used to play nickel, dime, quarter on the kitchen table, I mean, if you had $25, $30, $40 invested, that was a big night.
Sure. But, of course, to be fair, back in those days, wasn't $20, $30 like several hundred?
Yeah, it was. It was. Because that's back when you could, you know, go out on a date with your girlfriend, you go to a movie and, you know, something to eat, and you spend a whopping $18 for the entire night.
Yeah.
Now that's one movie ticket. And I actually don't know that because I can't think of the last movie that I went to.
Yeah, they're not doing too good on the Hollywood films, are they?
Well, you know what, though? I mean, who do you blame on that? I mean, look at the products that they're putting out there. I don't have anything against the comic book world, but it seems like 3 out of every 5 movies come out have a comic book base, or they're remakes of movies that came out 20, 30, 15 years ago. And it's tired. It's stale. There's just not very much new content out there.
Well, I'll tell you what I think the real problem is that Hollywood is an exclusive town.
Oh,
You got to be willing to rub elbows and maybe even potentially do some pretty crazy stuff to get into the in crowd.
oh, absolutely.
And then the in crowd, stays the in crowd. So
Yes.
you don't have like a really big talent pool, even though it feels like you should. I think all of the writers and the actors are all kind of on the good boy system, or the good old boy system.
Oh,
where-
absolutely. In my younger days, I was a bartender for a very long time, almost 15 years. And there was one club that I worked at for almost 3 years. And there was a lot of celebrities, and I'm giving Nick the air quotes around the word celebrity, that would come in on the regular. And sometimes they were, local sports celebrities, if you will, and then sometimes, from Hollywood movies, shows, and stuff like that. So I guess I would say that I've had the privilege of meeting a lot of celebrities. I don't know if privilege is the right word. Some of them yes, some of them no. But they are interesting people in and of themselves because, first of all, a lot of folks just don't realize that they're a regular person. I mean, Brad Pitt, he's just a regular Joe. He's one of the highest paid actors. He's done a lot of movies and et cetera, but he's just a normal Joe.
Yeah.
I was at a Schlotsky's one time. There's a plug that we're not being paid for. And I hear this voice next to me. I had just finished ordering, and I hear this voice, and I turn and I look, and it's Chuck Norris.
Really?
And so,
That's a funny one.
when you meet someone famous, unless you really have your wherewithal about you, you just say stupid stuff. And I kept that up. I went, "Hey, you're Chuck Norris." And he goes, "I know that."
That's what he said.
"Thank you very much, Chuck. I'm going to move over here and take my sandwich and get out of your hair."
That's funny. Yeah, I've put my foot in my mouth a couple of times I was actually talking to a couple of the world's top disc golfers.
Okay.
I know, that's wild, but that's the sport that I like to play with my buddies. So we follow the Pro Tour, and I went up and met a couple of the kids that won the tournaments after they had won them. And just,
That's cool.
Yeah, I know, and it was like so embarrassing to put your foot in your mouth talking to a disc golfer. Like, they deserve that, but yeah, that's about it. I mean, I don't.
I remember playing disc golf back before you had like 3, 4, 5 different Frisbee discs. You just had the one. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm dating myself again.
Yeah, that's impressive, though, that you were aware of it that early.
Yeah, and we really didn't, they didn't have the structures, the metal,
The baskets.
the baskets.
Yep.
You just picked a tree, and that was what you were aiming for. Of course, I hit every other tree.
All right, let's hear what Madi's got to say here. She's back with the drinks.
On her $11, I probably would. If it was anything more than that, no.
I mean, I probably would have shipped it too, but
I would have sipped it. That was your moment to sip it.
Girls, I need your attention.
Oh, yay!
I need your attention.
Miss Mary, we might be playing Choctaw Nuts here.
Let's hear what Madi's got to say.
Cat, Mary.
I got it now?
Come on.
These are the next.
what is that? Oh, fuck.
These are pills for her
I
and.
took that honey shit.
It's like
Did
a
it work?
That's mine.
Did it work? Wait,
tried
wait,
it?
wait.
No,
wait,
go
wait,
ahead, now. I
wait,
won't let that
wait.
again.
I want your experience.
Where the mic at?
I haven't even seen my phone.
Baby, I want your experience.
I am not made for TV.
Y'all want a South Lake no look?
Baby, I want your experience. How was
South
it?
Lake no look. We used to call it the Oak Cliff no look, and we changed it.
I am not built for TV.
Put it in her butt before.
It's Queen Bee.
As long as they can't hear this conversation,
Maybe
I ain't gonna add to it.
Not
So
that
it's
you put it in her ass.
Don't raise it, because then I
Exit
heard
only, bro.
Come on, Rack Attack. Come on.
She made exit only. You hear me?
You have my dollar.
But that's the next. This is
I
the
want the
next
queen
walk-off.
one.
No, they're gonna both go together.
Oh.
These are gonna both go together.
Yeah, I don't think he don't need it.
Sounds like they're getting a little wild out there. Hope you guys are enjoying that table talk. You're hearing some exit-only talk. Not sure what that's about.
Queen Bee for men
Looking in the comments, Nick, Napalm says, there's a pro tour for disc golf?
Yeah, I actually saw that, and you should look it up, Napalm. The Disc Golf Pro Tour is pretty big. I know the top several players make over $1 million a year in sponsorship money.
Have you ever looked on Boohoo Man?
You know, they show that on ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, the other day I was up here, and they were showing it on CBS Sports doing a preview for this past weekend's tournament.
I saw it.
There you go. So you're over here trash talking me, and in reality, you were watching it on an
I'm
actual
not
sports
trash
channel.
talking.
Oh, you just gave me the Ocho line. Everyone knows what that means. Everybody knows what that means.
That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out.
Exactly. You got to dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. I bet we've got a voice changing function for that.
Blood or a missing child?
Maybe we should call some poker action here. Not sure.
Maybe.
Matachu's got top pair. Sean's got ace high. Madi bets $10 into 60. Trying to get a crying call out of ace high.
This for Dawson.
Looks like she folded. Madi wins. There's our chip counts. Miss Mary leading
Miss
the
Mary's
way.
still up there.
Yeah, it's like, where did all our chips go? Because I know several of the ladies bought in for 200, so I'm guessing a few of them migrated over to our second table.
I think Jerry's in her pocket a couple of times, but she's up there for a respectable amount now.
Are you? Yeah, come on.
Oh yeah, here. Yeah, you got Queen Bee and Killer Bee in the house.
Yeah, I know, it's okay. Well, I changed it to Gamble Her. Gambler with an H. Gamble Her.
Nice poker purse there in the background.
Wink, wink.
Mari Chu with the speed limit. Little raise. Bumped it up to 6. Fressa, the GOAT, as we've been told several times in the chat. Suited connectors. She's going to see a flop. Oh, hello.
Open ender for Fressa. Madi still with the best hand. See if she somehow can make it to showdown. Oh, goodness. Spicy turn
hello.
card.
Hello.
Cat and Fressa both turning a flush draw.
I'm not sure $10 is going to get it done.
Madi actually getting value out of both players, but
Oh, goodness.
yeah, we got flush over flush here. See if a raise goes in. It did pair the board. Could help save her. It goes bet from Madi with the pocket fives. Spicy out of line bet. Fressa calls, and Cat does come with the raise. I didn't know if she might just call after a bet and a call in front of her.
That's a disciplined laydown.
Oh, and she's only got $1. Yeah, I don't think she's getting away from that. And Valeria gonna see the bad news.
Ouch.
You had to. That was your side.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, $120 going the other direction.
Looks like that's going to be it for Cat.
Baby, love you.
No, that wasn't Cat.
Oh, wait.
Tap. Can you tell us do you have in mind with who to use those with?
Yeah, Precious.
Woo!
Wait, you got the pop rocks in the thing.
Girl, you're on
You
a
finna
roll.
have a time.
Allie.
You're on a roll.
Is there any more left?
I only did all that because I want to see. That's it. It worked.
Whatever's left, just put it in.
But you added two.
Sounds like Cat was in there fighting for the splash pot. I actually forgot halfway through that was a splash pot because they had such good hands.
Yeah.
But she does win those pills right there. All natural, I've been told. Never tried those before. Have you, Robin?
You know, at this point, I'm going to have to feign ignorance and just really claim I don't know what you're talking about.
That sounds like a yes. I've seen them advertised at the gas stations a lot. Never quite won me over to give it a try. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting duped, but who knows?
You know, I rank that right up there with sushi that you can get at a gas station.
Yeah.
So
Even your food.
pocket nines again. Those have made an appearance several times tonight.
Back within a day or two, I expect them to show up.
Fourfold.
Which is kind of
Couple of top pairs floating here. A gut shot for Darla. Ace 9 still going to be the best hand here. $35 in the middle. Mahdi with a fair number of chop outs. Any card bigger than a 9. And there's one of them.
Hello.
I have an ace too, but it's
I'm going to go check, and we're going to chop this one up.
Chopportunities. Nick, what's your favorite hand?
Favorite hand? I mean,
Don't say one that wins. That's just too hackneyed answer.
I guess if I had to pick a non-premium hand, I would pick Jack 10 suited.
I like Jack 10 suited.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
My favorite hand? Ducks.
Really?
Pocket deuces.
Dude, I mean, I damn
The
near
silent
consider.
assassins.
Yeah. I consider like deuces through fives damn near premiums
Oh,
and
man.
loose live Texas Hold'em games.
You got pocket deuces, and that deuce comes, especially if it's the third card on the flop.
Yep.
You are stacking someone.
Yep. Yeah, you know, I kind of lean towards that example when I'm debating about GTO versus exploitative play and think like, you know what, in a lot of 9-handed games, you would be asked to, sorry, let me read this comment. Oh, I see. All you could hear is the chips clicking. Yep. In a lot of 9-handed games, you'll see simulations say that you should fold the smallest pocket pairs in early position.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking in reality, in live poker, the small pocket pairs are literally like the premiums of the game.
I think they have a mathematical advantage because most players, and again, I'm going to give you air quotes around most, you know, they're playing the higher cards, so your cards are live. I mean, that's the way I look at it. And people will tell me, I can't believe you paid pocket threes. I know, me either. Your chips are right over here. I'll keep them for you.
Yep. And actually, when I see a situation develop where, you know, maybe you're playing off of like a $500 stack and you see a raise to 20 with 2 or 3 callers in front of you and you're about to get to overcall with a small pocket pair, that's just about the best situation you can be in Texas Hold'em.
You're right. Yes, Jim Findley, I know. 9 deuce offsuit, Montana banana. He's a poker pal. Dear friend.
Nice.
Glad you're listening, Jim. Uh-oh, now they're singing.
Is that the wobble?
Pocket jiggities for Lauren.
I used to work at Redneck Kevin, and we used to have
And Murphy's Law is alive and well, and Ace hits the board. Naya coming in with 2 diamonds, though. Backdoor straight draw.
It's ladies' night. We'll allow it.
I hear you.
We'll allow it.
Who went all in? Oh, the diamonds.
Yeah, this is a big pot right here, so
I don't
pretty
see how
sweet.
Lauren can call for half her stack. He sure did, though. Nope.
Bricks out. Miss Mary going to win a big one. $230 in the middle. And you can see from her stack there, she was already on about 270. So
Mary, Mary. Get him, Miss Mary. Ooh, that's a nice feeling when the dealer shoves all those chips in front of you.
shout out to Miss Mary.
Absolutely. Look at that.
Look at that. Commanding chip lead here. I believe Kat actually short bought based on what the graphics were saying a while ago. So I think she's up $160 as well. So good night for her. But it looks like other than that, Miss Mary pretty much dominating the table.
Seems to be running them over. Mary is a ringer.
Yeah, you did.
That's the one you
Yeah,
I
you
thought.
sent me that one.
I was like, she got your whole face.
And then she give me this side eye, like, can you stop taking pictures?
It's the mug for me.
Cat gonna bump it up to 23 with the pocket eights, and this is kind of the first like truly aggressive isolation play that we've seen in this game. Everybody else just raising to a size where you expect everyone to call. Cat trying to get it down and protect her pocket eights. See if she can go heads up or three ways to this flop.
You know, the libations are flowing pretty heavy in here now, and it seems like the poker's loosening up as well.
Yeah? What exactly are libations?
Alcohol beverages.
Oh, that's what that means? Oh, okay. He's a bartender. I'm going to trust him.
She said, we're gonna have fun, all right, when I spank your ass, bitch, and don't swallow these like you're not.
Through the glory days of the nightclub industry in Dallas, through the late 80s, 90s, and it was a different time back then.
Like I can get sleep. So you can, at the end of the day, like, yes, I do.
Bartending was a blast, though.
Oh, I'm sure you have some wild stories from that.
Yeah, none that we can tell here. Not the good ones. Remind me to tell you when we're done, I'll tell you a story about a former Dallas Cowboy star wide receiver.
Okay. Narrows it down pretty good.
I'll narrow it down even further. He wore number 88.
Wow. It's got the same initials as Mission Impossible.
Here's what I'm going to say. You've got three choices for 88
For star wide receiver?
when I was bartending.
Okay. Wow, that's more than I thought. I would have only thought it was one.
Well, the original,
Michael Irvin?
Drew Pearson,
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was number 88.
Michael Irvin, and then Des Bryant.
Okay. Sounds like it's not Des Bryant, though.
You know, I can't confirm or deny.
I'm thinking it's Michael Irvin. He seems like the type of guy that might have a wild story or two to tell.
And I'll give you a little seed. It was at a gentleman's establishment.
I believe that. Definitely only gentlemen go to gentlemen's establishments.
Not true.
That's not true.
Absolutely not true. You're right, Napalm. He does wear a mink coat. And he wears the hell out of it.
Nice scoop for Jerry right there. Top pair turns into a $90 pot. Cat with those pocket eights tried to get it heads up. Raise into 23. Put one more bet in post flop. Might check it down.
Jerry's rallied. She's rallied.
Yeah, and honestly, just from that one play right there, seeing Cat go for a $23 open, with her kind of recognizing how this game is playing and what she needs to do with her pocket eights, gives me like a lot of respect for her as a player coming out the gate. This is the first time I've seen her play.
Yeah.
And that just shows that she has some idea of what she's trying to do when she bets.
So would you have folded to a $23 bet if you just had A7?
I personally would be folding there. Yeah. I would, but Jerry plays different than I do, and I see a lot of good winning, like historically winning poker players that play pretty wild.
She's up to 213.
Yep.
Now she's in her pocket one, but that's a respectable stack. But they're all chasing Miss Mary.
Everybody stay in your hands.
Got a 4-carder here. Thinking they might be doing another coin flip and run it out.
Graphics aren't picking up on Lauren and Miss Mary's.
It's full house on one board and a set on the other. Hard to imagine a set's going to be good, though. It is 4 to a straight out there. And looks like Madi has it. Going to have to table her hand, though.
Wait, I have ace three, so neither of my two pairs matter? No, bitch. This is why I don't play this game.
Okay.
I got it straight.
That means nothing.
You gotta take a straight. 8, 9, 10, jack, queen. 8, 9, 10, jack. You got the same straight. 8, 9, 10, jack, queen.
Okay.
Instead of 8, so good. So you guys have the same straight. You're gonna count the house on the top board.
Yeah, New York Giants chick. I can absolutely relate to that. Absolutely.
Check out these V-pips, guys. Jerry, Madi,
Good Lord.
Darla, all over 70%. Every single player on our table over 40. These girls are playing some cards.
They're mixing it up.
Absolutely, and that allows the loosest of the players to kind of get away with that too, because they're not starting at as big of disadvantages when you've convinced everyone to get their V-pips up in the 40-50% range.
No, those are dirty. One time the hands are black.
What was my VPIP when I played on the Monday night stream 2 weeks ago?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
You know,
what
I
it
haven't
was.
even watched it yet.
Yeah.
I
haven't
went to
either.
watch it earlier this week. I mean, I was like set up, ready. It's on my screen. I got a phone call, and then I had to act on that call, and then I just never went back. Yeah. And I'm playing this coming Monday, so I'm going to make it a point to watch it again.
Cool.
Because I'd never played with any of those guys before except for one, and that was limited, like maybe 30 minutes. So I was coming in, you know, very blind. I'm not scared of the stakes. That doesn't bother me. But when I don't know how people play, I got to spend a lot of time observing. Did you watch it?
No, I haven't watched it.
My play will be different this time.
I turned it on when you guys were playing to make sure that you were in the lineup and that everything was working, that Josh and them were doing the commentary and everything was going okay.
Yeah.
But I haven't
and
watched
thanks
it
for
in
getting
full.
me involved in that game that night.
Yeah, no worries.
Can I say something?
No worries. Glad you had a good time.
Yeah,
Hope you win this week.
I was sitting at home doing nothing, and old Nick sends me a message,
Have y'all heard
and
that?
next thing I know, I'm in. So I'm looking forward to playing Monday.
No, that's it. Okay, yeah, I can use that one.
Oh, Marichu's getting wound up again.
Y'all little bitches.
Here we go. Let's let her talk.
I ain't fucking with y'all.
Yeah, so,
I ain't fucking with y'all. Look ahead.
that's why I know, I was like, I need to, trust me, she's the first one I always take, like, I need you to come, but she live in Arlington, first of all. She working her ass there. Where? Little Road by the
Now
lake.
you know what? Now you know what Maddie's about.
Okay, she close to that. So my aunt lives in Kennedy.
New York Giants chick, $100 for returning a pair of sunglasses that probably cost $600. That's not bad.
Dude, I just saw Jerry. Look at her recoiling from that drink out of Madi's cup. Looks like it's pretty strong.
Well, Jerry didn't think that it was Welch's grape soda, did she?
I don't know. She made a funny face, though.
Miss Mary still kicking it on the chip count.
But I only needed a 7 Then it just took my savings account.
Robbie, I only have one card. I know you don't love me, but can I get 2 cards to play?
Uh-oh, here we go. Miss Mary coming in with the ladies. Uh-oh, hello.
When she's chasing
Let's get ready to rumble.
Nice. That was pretty good with no voice filter.
music case,
I might have
For
to
the
put the
thousands at ringside and the millions watching on TV. Let's get ready to rumble.
That's good. I might have to clip that soundbite, the real
Michael
one.
Buffer.
Yeah.
And what's his brother's name? His brother does all the MMAs. Bruce.
Bruce. Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good name.
Michael Buffer, $100,000 per appearance.
Nice. Pretty good.
Now you know why his teeth look like that.
Okay, guys. And Miss Mary decides just to lead on the flop here.
And Jerry ships it. Oh my goodness, what a disciplined fold.
you didn't chase Tom?
Mary took a hit though.
Very proud of you.
Took a little hit. About $50 gone.
Love Tom. Because you're fucking very.
Still the overwhelming chip leader.
Yeah, and it looks like we might get some replacement players here.
You know, that was
Just had a couple of ladies leave.
favorite cartoon. When I love it because
Yeah, New York Giants chick. I worked at Rick's. When it first came to Dallas, we actually were sent down to Houston to train. I was a bartender, and we were down there 5.5 weeks and then came back and opened up Dallas.
Cool. Bet that was a fun job.
You know, it was fun back then, but here's the deal. If you said, I'll give you $1,000 to go with me to a strip club right now, wouldn't go.
Are you married?
I wouldn't go.
Me
No,
too.
it's just
actually.
it's,
Me
it's
too.
just no, it's just past me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and I can think about some times when I was a customer at some of the local establishments, and I'm like, I spent how much?
Yeah, I hear that.
I mean, it's like, that's a car.
Sounds like you had a good time back in the day.
I may have fractured some penal codes.
I'm not even sure
Some-
what that means.
Some
That
local
innuendo?
legislation, rules, and regulations.
Okay. Real good time.
I lived the bartender life to the fullest of the definition.
That's probably why you've had your fill.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got $50 in the middle here. This was limped on pre-flop, and then Lauren and Miss Mary both flopping a good top pair. Jerry in there as well, second pair, but the turn improves Miss Mary,
Hello.
but she didn't want it. She already had the best hand. Lauren gonna keep leading for 15 though, kind of protecting and setting the pace in the hand.
Yeah, and Lauren's drawn dead. She thinks that, you know, that. What is she really?
Jerry makes a good fold. And now let's see if Lauren can avoid putting any more money in this pot. Check, check. Miss Mary gonna check it back with the clubs out there. Friendly check.
The rich get richer.
That's why, because you invested in us. You earned this win.
I'm gonna have to fine you.
Oh, shit. She's like the mob.
Miss Mary, I'm gonna have to fine you.
You know, one thing that I enjoy about being a dealer, there's many things, but I like listening to the conversations.
Oh, I bet.
Miss Mary, but do you know why I have to fine you? Huh? No, I said I'm gonna have to fine you. Like you're gonna, yeah. Why? Why do you think? Oh, come on. Why Why do you think?
Don't you think so? I don't know. I'm saying.
Why do you think I have to whine you? Huh? No.
Yes, that's exactly why.
No, I don't know.
Take a wild guess.
For the big game,
But not that wild.
he said $5 he could do. And oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. We'll talk to him again. We'll confirm your quarterback because he said the big games
I
will
love your
always
hair.
Mary.
Thank you.
I think the big games is $5. But
No, I have something on me.
No.
I don't want it's 10, so it's still too cheap.
Poison just came into the booth to say hello to us. She let us know that she's going to be on the live stream game here any second.
Because you're not sucking on a blow pop.
She's an assassin at the table.
So, so I'm not paying attention.
You know, she was playing in that Wednesday game.
And David's game?
Yeah. No, the 5-card. High only, high low, and bomb pot.
No.
Yeah, she was there for a short time.
I don't think she played in that game. She was just watching me play.
No, she was there. Seat 2 or 3.
I think that was at nighttime. She like played in David's game or something. Christy?
Maybe it was David's game.
Yeah, she played in David's game this week.
Yeah, you're right.
That was brave. She got some cojones on her. You know,
She
was
held her own.
Yeah, she was over there playing 1-1, and she spun up a $100 stack to a $600 stack, and then we'd already been here for about 8 or 9 hours, and instead of saying, "Hey, can we go home?" she says, "Hey, can I take all my winnings and go play David's game?" I was like, "Okay, go for it."
You know what, though? That's the first step to, raising the stakes that you play at is just go and do it.
Yep.
Play off a profit.
Yeah, and I've talked about that before on here, actually, where I kind of stunted my own growth in poker because I was so worried about needing to be able to first off prove that I was like winning a lot of money at one stake level before I wanted to ever try the next stake level, and then secondly feeling so intimidated of the next stake levels, thinking that like, oh, if you go play that, like every player is just going to know what you have every hand, and you're just going to get ran over because they're like super pros. And in reality, once you take a swing at it and just see how it goes, yeah, maybe you get knocked down a couple of times, lose a few buy-ins, but you get in there and you see what it's actually about, make some adjustments, figure out what people are doing, and see if you at least like actually find out if you can do it or not before you decide.
And if I could go ahead with a PSA, public service announcement, don't play stakes that you're not willing or able to lose.
Sure.
A lot of people will do that. Oh, I'm going to go play a 5-10 game because my buddy invited me. Meanwhile, they're paying for rent and electricity and food. And don't do that. And we've all been to the felt.
Absolutely. And mine was like a different problem, kind of even worse, because I was like, the next stake level wouldn't have been for those things. But I just psyched myself out into thinking like, oh, well, I don't want to go play if I'm just not going to have any chance to win, if I'm just going to get beaten really bad. So I want to like play hundreds of thousands of hands online and like chart it with my graph and see for sure that I've got this upward trajectory before I'm like even willing to step foot into the next level.
Yeah.
Even though the next level was only for $50, I'm just psyching myself out. Kind of thinking about poker more like chess, where there is like distinctive skill advantages and disadvantages between the rating system. I know, we're getting some glitchy. I think oh, there we go. We're back, boys. And New York Giants chick. And probably Marty out there on the table.
Let's do it. Until one of them raises down there because they don't know I'm down here no more.
We have been on this camera angle for a minute. Not sure if we're stuck here. See if we can get a switch here in a second. I do see that it's switched in the live edition. So here on the delay, I think maybe we're stuck and they already fixed it, and that we're going to be catching up here in just a second. Whoa.
That had to be Marichu.
Yeah, hitting the higher octaves there.
Right now, there's dogs in Irving that are shaking their head.
Get off me.
Scarlett's dog always comes to the game.
And Poison's in the game.
Poison's in the mix. That's in the live version, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. I'm excited to watch her play.
Hope to the gods that
Quana's in there too.
I don't think I'm familiar with her.
Quana is the wife, girlfriend, I'm not actually sure, of a poker pal of mine, Chaz Red. She was out there playing in the tournament earlier, and I said, hey, you ought to come over and play.
Oh, awesome. Nice recruiting.
I do my best. She's a good player.
All right. Well, now you get to watch behind the scenes.
Who better? Is this me and her?
No, there's 3 players in the hand.
Oh.
And Lauren's back in the mix here, and she's got a straight $45 in the middle. And Jerry actually leads out with just a pair of 8s.
Miss Sexy Lauren.
They barely even need us in the booth here. Monty could just do the commentary herself from the table.
Oh, you go to Jack. Okay, I got it.
That's a frightening thought.
They said no?
And back in the yeah, if I had Jack, I would definitely. I don't blame you. Okay, good, perfect.
All right, $10 flip.
I might save it.
$10 flip.
Which 3? Do you know which 3 are coming? Christy, you're gonna come play? Okay, I'll stay. I was literally about to rack up. I've been wanting to play with you all night, bitch.
Girls are so funny.
Conversations that you would never hear at a table full of men.
Yeah. At least not like that. Not said in a friendly way.
No.
If someone says, I've been wanting to play with you all night, bitch, they're not saying it in a way like,
Right.
you my girlfriend, you my boyfriend. That's funny. And I can, in fact, confirm that those two are very friendly. They were swapping drinks earlier. I think we got another coin flip in the mix here as our new ladies join the table here in the 5 seat, or 6 seat, excuse me. Miss Mary's in the 5 seat there.
Miss Mary's got a live hand. Marishu's got all of the spades.
She does have ace 10 as well.
She's got a boat on the top.
Yeah, she got top 2 pair. Just trying to look and see if anyone has a straight.
We're looking for 7-8, 7-3, 3 deuce, 3 deuce.
3 deuce, there it is. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's high. I've been eating right.
And we don't know. Oh, look at that. Miss Mary's up $182. Oh, that means that she's in her pocket.
A little bit. Man, reading bomb pots off of a live stream screen with several players in the mix is like a little poker puzzle for your brain. You ever seen those little puzzles on chess game or on the chess website where you just solve like one move or whatever?
So here's everything that I know about chess. The ones that look like a horse can move in the shape of an L.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Wow. That's
And
odd
no-
that that's the first thing you ever learned about chess.
And no, I'm not going to play you for money. No, I just never got into chess. Several of my friends did, and I just didn't follow in that manner. I was an outdoor kid. I played 4 sports in high school,
Really?
and one of them was not football.
So that's baseball,
Primary sport,
basketball,
secondary sport.
track.
No, God, no.
Really? Soccer.
Nope. No, soccer wasn't that big when I was. Shut up, Napal. I know what you're about to say.
Swimming.
Nope.
Wrestling.
Golf and tennis.
Oh, okay.
And I was actually a better golfer than I was than I was a baseball player. But baseball was a team sport, of course,
Yeah.
and so I liked, being with my friends.
Sure.
But after I got out of baseball, I still played and still play golf. At one point, I was down to a 2 handicap.
That's pretty good.
it's when I was bartending, and I would play 4 or 5 days a week, and I wouldn't play the same course. Now, people always say, oh, well, yeah, I'm a 8 handicap. Really? What courses do you play? Oh, only play one course. Well, golly jeepers, I hope you get good playing one course. But I would play just whatever direction I would want to go.
For sure, that makes an enormous difference.
And golf is such an amazing time. Even if you go out there with friends and you're having a good time, but there's been many a times to where, I just went out, paid my green fees, got a cart, and went out and just, chased the ball around the course, didn't keep score, finished, and realized that I just had the best 3.5, 4 hours. It's awesome.
Oh, for sure. I actually enjoy going out and practicing disc golf more than I enjoy playing it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, playing it's fun too, especially if you're with buddies or something, but when I'm by myself, I usually just go out to the course and I just kind of pick a field or a specific hole and then I just throw it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And making those little micro adjustments to the throws, that's the fun part, and seeing how it flies different and, rewarding yourself whenever you hit a little accuracy challenge or something like that. Yeah, I really enjoy that. Just putting on some music.
Watching it on various productions, whether it's ESPN or CBS Sports or whatever, but some of the things that those guys do with the discs, I'm just like, how in the world?
Yeah, it's cool because you can throw it so much further than you can throw any other kind of object. So it kind of creates a different sport. Like all the other sports that can project something really far, like I guess a javelin you can throw pretty far, but I'm thinking of like, what is it like a golf ball, how far you can hit a golf ball, but it's a swing like that, like when you throw a baseball, you can only throw it, 50 yards, 60 yards, whatever, depending on how good you are, but maybe 100 yards at the most. These guys are throwing a Frisbee like over 200 yards, and it's like pretty wild that you can just project something with your hand and make it go that far.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Actually, one of my buddies got me into it. That was like a really good junior player.
You know what sport did not catch on in the Olympics and such?
What?
The javelin catch.
Yeah. It's one you can only mess up once.
Once. Well, you can mess up a lot. You can only win once. I stole that from a comedian from many years ago.
Okay.
I think he's dead now, so I don't have to worry about royalties.
Is that Mitch Hedberg?
No, but damn, was he good.
Sounds like the kind of joke he might make.
I had the opportunity to go see him at the Dallas Improv.
Wow.
And I didn't know who he was, and I passed on going. And then a couple years later, he was gone, and I kind of found out who he was and then listened to his stuff, and I was like, well, I'm the idiot for not going.
Yeah,
I actually love stand-up comedy. Love it.
What's your favorite stand-up special of all time?
Oh. Like seen or like on TV? Seen live?
Yeah, either.
Oh, seen live.
No, or seen on TV. Whatever. Just your favorite.
Well, I'll give you
set.
both. Seen live, Eliza Schlesinger.
I don't think I'm familiar with that name.
She's actually a local girl. She went to the Dallas Green Hill School. Yeah, and she's just ridiculously funny. Oh, God, specials on TV? There's no way I can name one. Top 5, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, that's my number one is Killing Him Softly, Dave Chappelle.
Going back many years, Eddie Murphy.
Oh, and look at that. We just caught up. We were like in a fast forward. It's so funny. We're just sitting here just talking about whatever, stand-up comedy in the background. The stream's just spazzing. It's cracking me up.
I was hoping I wasn't hearing it right. Somebody go get JT.
I know. I think it's sorted out, though. I'm going to check the volume. There we go. We're back, boys. We can turn that up just a little bit. And it looked like Monty was in a big fast-forward pot there. Oh, cracking us up here in the booth. And
between now and next week, I think we're going to hammer out these technical difficulties.
We're going to try. We've been working on it week to week, and sometimes it feels like it's one step back for 2 steps forward. Like getting this new sound equipment in here kind of takes us back a little bit on the everything running smoothly together, but also is going to take us up a huge 2 steps in terms of like this table audio quality and the fact that we can talk into our headsets now
Yeah.
and do voice functions and all that stuff. So, yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
be moving forward.
We appreciate management and the owner for hooking us up here with some high level technology. Right now, it's not the technology that's the problem. It's just getting all the kinks ironed out. We're still putting out a good product. Uh-oh, here we go. Eight's full of ladies.
Look at this profile picture. Who is cute? I don't think it's an Asian man.
I think that's Quana.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Let me see her. I haven't seen her at the table, so. Oh, Poison picking up
hello.
the Ace King here.
Hello. Marichu made it 25. What do we think Poison's going to do? OTT for about 100?
She's got $260 in her stack here, and this is a raised 3-bet. Madi very tight. Tessa calls with King Jack. And I think Poison's probably going to rip it. Oh, that doesn't look like her.
Poison setting the trap.
Yeah, she just calls. I mean, I don't blame her because Madi's so tight that her 3-betting here is...
Yeah, it kind of screams. She does have the club advantage.
Check, check, and now Madi with the overpair. Let's see if Quana gets in any trouble here with second pair. Poison gets away for the minimum. I think based on what I know about her play that she would normally have re-raised there, but I think she knows Madi is a pretty tight raiser. And while she is very loose caller, I think she's a pretty tight raiser.
There's my friend Chaz.
Nice. That's good. Appreciate you recruiting people to come play in the...
Absolutely. See if I can't work on Chaz to maybe play the Monday night game. There's one of my favorite hands. 5-4 suited. Robbie Iron Manning it in the box tonight.
I used to limp a lot. If y'all see the streams, I used to limp a lot, and I was like, I need to stop.
There's the answer right there, Madi.
Bingo.
Yeah, and she gets rewarded for changing that strategy. If she had a limp here, this probably would have been a $5 pot. Instead, it's 27. And she just flopped a set. She's not completely out of the woods, though. Sean with a pair and an open ender. Excuse me, a gut shot.
Gut shot.
See if Madi does any table talking.
She's doing turbo thumbs over there. Ooh, Sean could get in trouble here.
Yeah, Sean makes 2 pair.
Wonder if that club is going to slow it down. Nope.
Nice friendly $20 bet into 80. Sean gonna call with 2 pair. And Jerry was in there fishing.
Jerry could rep the clubs, but chooses not to.
Yeah, and Madi gonna win a nice one here. $120 in the middle.
Flush, baby.
And that's gonna take her up over $300.
Like I'm fucked, but I wasn't gonna stop.
She lets us in right there. That she was worried about those clubs.
So did you do the cherry stem? No, I actually forgot the cherries.
So the ladies were supposed to do a cherry stem tie in your tongue. Tie with your tongue.
We're gonna do it next time. Sorry.
Madi says we're gonna have to wait till next week. That'll be
Also
fun.
not something you'd see in a men's game. Hey, Jim, can you tie a cherry stem with your tongue?
All right, boys, we've got a little butt plug splash pot here for you.
And the Pop Rocks. Don't forget the Pop Rocks.
Who wants some BJ Pop Rocks?
Oh, Lauren got it.
That has to be Shorty.
Sounds like a high hand. Shorty gonna be playing in Rack Attack. It is from noon to midnight, actually, Miss Mary. It is Flush Rush. That's at 9 to 9.
You're a fucking thief.
You have to stack the whole rack, the whole.
7 call.
No, they put it I was nervous. I was like, no, she did that. She probably done did it before. She been practicing. Yeah, I'm saying.
We got a pretty big hand brewing here. Miss Mary with the pocket rockets, Lori with the tanks.
Oh, tank on the river.
Oh, hello. Can Mary get away from it?
Gonna be hard to fold for 20. Lori bets out. Jerry's still in there thinking about it with a 3. Jerry is sticky. Very suspicious player. Not sure Lori looks like someone who's gonna bluff her.
I wonder what football team she likes.
Madi actually has 2 pair here, so I'm betting she's gonna put in $20 as well. She does. And Miss Mary also gonna call with the aces, and Lori, look at
Very
that smile.
nice. Little sheepish smile there.
I should have raised. I had 2 pairs. Good job, baby.
We let her get there.
Can you please tip the dealer?
Good hand.
I did.
Still sitting out. Yeah, thank you.
Nobody's been sitting.
Miss Mary taking a little hit to the stack there.
Because if you don't tip the dealer, I make you go do laps. Without clothes to make it more. So the dealer can be happy at least seeing you run around naked.
I don't think that would make him happy.
5 call.
You know when you join a conversation in the middle and it just perplexes you?
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna stay out of that one. Just let it pass. Let Madi handle the commentary there. Ooh. Couple of limps, and then Sean just gonna rip it with ace king.
Only 33 in your stack. I mean, that's your only play.
I really need to take you to Mexico though.
There's no doubt in my mind that Jerry was going to call.
What?
Jerry in there, suited ace, plenty good. Jerry's got that chest card protector there.
These little moose. Like, I thought about getting some for the spot spot. But they only have little small sizes. I was like, I don't know. I feel like
Run
we have some athletes right here.
once or twice.
You do.
What do you think, Jerry?
5.5.
Twice.
We never done it.
You can find the cutest shoes at Ross. All the cute shoes are small at Ross.
Uh-oh.
You gotta look at the.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
they are
Hello.
going twice, but Jerry gets there on the end.
I went to an 80% one.
Now some chop outs.
I call them magic rocks.
That's not one of them.
Now,
We are going to chop the pot, though.
I knew, don't go there. They're not gonna have.
Sean's going to stick around catching that king on the river.
My friend from TJ Maxx in Burlington.
Ooh, a heart run out.
Kind of cheap.
$10 double board flip.
That hurt.
What side of town do you live on?
So I've noticed playing at the same table with you in regards to like running it once, running it twice, that you're pretty amiable and you know, whatever you want to do. And if it's once, it's once, it's twice, it's twice. But I think, and I'm guessing, but I think you prefer to run it twice. Am I right?
That's a good question, actually. Which do I prefer? I mean, the bigger the game gets, the more I'm down to run it twice. I guess that's not a very good trait in a poker player, but also probably kind of normal. Here, I generally run it twice because I just want to be friendly to everybody. And
Okay, so let's change the situation out. Let's change the scenario. Let's say you're at a game, a table that is, I'm going to use the phrase, not friendly, but let's say it's not, you know, a bunch of guys people that know each other. So it's a pretty competitive game.
you know, I really don't even think there's a situation where I wouldn't, at least right now where I'm at in my poker career, I don't think that I wouldn't offer
Yeah.
to always run it twice if the other person wants to. And not care, really, if they say no. Honestly, it's kind of fun because then it's like, well, it was out of my hands. I gave
Sure.
it to him, and now we're just going to rip it, and I did what I could do in terms of being friendly and kind of lowering variance because, you know, that's all it really does.
Yeah.
You just lower your variance. It doesn't really change. You know, I hear people say things like, oh, if you've got the draw, then you should always run it twice, or you should never run it twice. And they have like an opinion about that. But to me, I don't even think about it like that. I just think about it like, okay, instead of playing a $200 pot that's 60-40, we're going to play two $100 pots that are 60-40.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really change anything in the long run. So I'm just happy to do it however they want.
Somebody not too terribly long ago, they said if the person that you're in the hand with says, do you want to run it twice? They've just told you they're behind and they're on a draw. What do you think about that?
I actually would tend to agree that there would be a correlation.
I mean,
towards
if you're
that.
ahead, I don't see how you're going to offer to run it twice.
See, I don't think about it like that at all personally, but I know other people do, so I do actually agree that there's a correlation. So, like, if somebody says that, I do think that it would tend to mean that they're more likely to be drawing. But if I say it, you actually could not make that correlation because I don't.
Okay.
I offer it every time regardless. And I don't think that it matters whether you're ahead or behind. Like I said, you're just splitting the pot into two and then saying, let's do it twice with the same equity for half the amount.
Yeah.
And so in my mind, as a math problem, I play so much poker that I just don't really care that much other than, like I said, just being friendly to the other players. For some people, it may be the difference between them getting to keep playing or having to go home. So I always want to give them the chance to keep playing, you know, and like, obviously you kind of up the percentage that they're going to get at least part of their money back by
Right.
running it twice. And then, protecting my own bankroll. If I'm playing big enough, I might ask them to run it twice for that
So
reason
if you
too.
and I are in a hand, I will probably, sure, let's run it twice.
Sure.
But in most scenarios, once.
Oh, well, we can go once too. See,
Rip
I don't
it.
care. When somebody says, hey, let's just go once.
Even if I think I'm behind, which brings up a situation, why am I calling or an all in unless I pushed? But I'm of the mindset that I'm either going to win or lose, and I'm either going to go in my pocket or I'm going to go home. Or I'm going to stack the chips, one or the other. So
Sure.
I'm a run it once type person.
Sure, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. I just let each person be how they want to be,
Yeah.
and then let that be my dictation of what to be.
Yeah.
And then if somebody says once, then, usually in my head, I'm just thinking like, oh, cool, so I was just presented with a non-choice opportunity to enjoy the sweat of going once.
Yeah.
And it is what it is, no big deal.
I like the players that you already know that they're a one run at once kind of a player.
Sure. You don't like it when people are going back and forth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't waffle on it. Like the player here, Jason, Jasyn. Everybody knows he runs at once.
Yeah. True that.
And as a dealer, like if somebody says, "Do you want to run it twice?" You just go, oh, "He runs it once,"
Yeah.
and you just right there. We're gonna rip it.
Yeah. And when you asked me, about my preference, and I said, well, right now I always run it twice. It's because right now I'm playing games where I wouldn't really ever need to or even want to use that as a strategy to play mind games with my opponent. I'm playing friendly, lower stakes poker right now at this room. If I'm in Vegas and I'm taking a shot at a bigger game, I could see potentially doing that as sort of like an element of quote unquote speech play, where you might, like what you just said, where one time you run it twice, the next time you run it once. That could be a way to tilt an opponent or get in their head a little bit.
It absolutely could.
If you can tell a guy wants to run it twice and you say rip it or, whatever, I could see using that for strategy. But right now, that's just not something that I'm doing because of the games that I'm playing in.
It's different for me playing here, being an employee. I play differently than if I were to go somewhere else
Sure.
and play, whether it be a underground game, a home game, at another club or a casino. I play differently here because...
Play looser, you think?
No, I play nicer.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Because if I'm somewhere else, I'm looking for the person at the table that I want to get in their head.
Yeah.
Because psychology tells you people do not respond well if they are, in a poker vernacular, tilted, and they play worse.
Yep.
So
exactly.
I look for that player that I think is susceptible to. Okay. Interesting. I'm looking for that player that can't take the verbal attack. Attack's not the right word.
I know what you mean.
But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, the speech play. Yep. And there's, of course, limits. I always want to stay within reason and not build any, true life enemies over a poker game. But, yeah, getting in people's heads a little bit, I think that's part of the game.
Oh, absolutely.
As long as you're staying within the boundaries of the rules and, of course, not doing anything to try and bend those rules, because you do see
What
people.
are these rules that you speak of?
Well, for example, avoiding using speech play when you're in a three-handed pot.
Oh, I'm absolutely opposed to that.
Yeah, that kind of
Even
thing.
before I, became a dealer, no. A rule is a rule. Just shut it down.
Yeah, exactly. And it goes against the spirit of the game to influence the action for the other players. So I'm actually going to go let JT know about this little glitchy here. I will be right back, but you're still on.
Okay. Guys, you're going to have me for a few minutes here running solo. Nick's got to go get JT. We got a little technical issue going on.
I got about a 45-minute drive home, too.
It's a nice run out for Lauren. 7-5 suited. One of those hands that can sneak up on you. Plus, they had a diamond draw. She had a diamond draw, so that's nice. But she brings it home with the straight. She looks like she's going to get some customers, maybe.
Okay, Napalm, that was pretty good right there. He's had a couple of zingers tonight. We didn't even shout out every zinger. I know you were disappointed about that Napalm, but I saw him. Don't worry, buddy. And you still got your #1 commenter status. So nothing to worry about. Position as our #1 stream supporter is absolutely locked in place right now. We look forward to seeing you every stream. Hope you keep coming back. Appreciate the interaction and appreciate your loyalty while we're getting this thing built up. It's getting better and better by the week in a lot of ways, and I know, like we mentioned, there sometimes feels like it's a step back for 2 steps forward, but JT's actually just popped in the booth right here and taking a look at things, and I promise you, this guy is working to get this thing smooth as butter. And this new soundboard is going to make a huge difference. And JT, the table audio was so much better this week when it's working, of course, but it's so crystal clear and makes it so that we can actually use the table talk as the commentary for stretches. you know, which makes a huge difference in the quality of the stream and the players getting to feel like they're participating in the game and actually here watching it live. So appreciate your hard work. And we got the head nod. And we're going to be wrapping up pretty quick here, guys. Got a big pot developing, though. Over $200 in the middle. And it is Lauren. She's got the straight on the river here. It's not the nuts because this is a paired board, but it is the best hand. But Lori still in there with the trip fours.
I don't see how Tessa can call here.
Yeah, and Tessa thinking through it, but...
I mean, she's wanting to do a hero call here, but
yeah. She can't beat an 8, she can't beat a straight, she can't beat a 4.
There's 834 hands that beat her.
Yeah, she's already got a caller in front of her as well. But she does have a giant twisted T, and sometimes that can be the missing link.
So you're saying that that could possibly be contributing to her thought process?
I would not know how it wouldn't. The jokes aren't bad, Napalm. I got to give you props. I can tell you're a pretty sharp guy from the commentary.
But we don't know who Napalm is. Didn't you say that earlier?
Yeah, I don't know who he is, but I'm just saying I can just tell from his chat that he's a pretty sharp guy.
Oh, absolutely. Napalm, are you local? Put it in the comment. Are you local?
I think he said that he used to play the round of each here.
Turbo in the house.
Tessa really thinking this one through here with the second pair.
She is in the blender. She's going to let it go, though.
Yeah.
She's going to be happy when she sees this.
New TS 75. That's the last one I called. That's the one that made me cool. I didn't call that one until he came over. I did not find that straight until
diamonds and then hit it straight on the river. That's good shit.
Yeah, thank you.
Good shit, Larry. So you got it?
I couldn't see it. I saw what you did.
Did I help? I'm sorry. Baby, did I help him with the turbo?
We want to give a shout out to JT's here in the booth with us, and he's corrected the issue that neither Nick or I knew what was going on. JT, do you want to say anything to the people out there?
I try my best.
He tries his best. JT's a man of very few words, but when he does speak, they're important.
I did not see 5'7", because that's why
They have impact. They reach your soul.
Yellow snow.
Thank y'all for giving me some time.
And now he comes up with one that he should have let go.
That $50 felt like
Don't eat yellow snow.
that felt like
The guy that looks like Shaggy? I hadn't thought about it, but maybe a little bit.
Hair like this.
But it helped her. It helped her.
Zoinks!
All right, Poison gonna open it up. The ace-5 suited and get 3-bet immediately to her left from Lauren.
There's pocket nines again. Seriously, we've had those 6-7 times tonight.
Yeah, and Lori lets go of the 7-8 suited. Jerry in there with the 5-4 suited, though.
Well,
You know
yeah.
she likes to play.
Tom and Jerry.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's cute.
Girl.
gonna let the button fall on her.
Poison gonna let go of the ace-5. Disciplined fold. Jerry does flop a pair here. It's a very dry board. She might choose to get a little bit sticky. In fact, she's just gonna lead. Nope, never mind. Faked me out. And Lauren checks it back. Looks like the fake out, the pump faked worked. Ooh, ugly card for Lauren on the turn. This might have us going check, 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 check. No, now Lauren gonna bet to protect.
That's a good move.
It is a little bit big. Although with the flush draw coming in, that opens up some more possibilities of hands that might call a bet this large. Just always want to be thinking about when you're choosing how much to bet, that like with pocket nines here, you still want to be able to get called by a hand worse than pocket nines. You don't want it to be so that you are going to lose every time you get called. That makes it where it's hard for your bet to be profitable. She does get called by worse, though, and then check on the river. So what do I know? Well played, Lauren. Wins a nice pot there. Able to maximize the value from her pocket nines. She's got her cool poker shirt on, and I want to give her a shout out, actually, because she is the proud owner of Her Story Agency, which is the owner of Poke Her Social. And they're going to be hosting an event here on March 28th. It's a ladies only event, and it's sort of like a corporate style, like business transitioning over to poker and perceiving poker as a way to network, and kind of an underrated part of poker that when you show up to play, you're getting to play with a lot of people who come from a lot of different walks of life and even own a lot of businesses, a lot of networking opportunities.
That's going to be a good event.
Absolutely. I think she said there's going to be like 75 women here, maybe more.
How is that a bad thing?
Not at all. That's going to be a lot of fun and very good for poker, good for the room.
Let me explain for the veteran players.
You know, I went to a Melissa Etheridge concert one time, and my friend said, you know, there's 20,000 women here, and you don't have a shot with any of them.
Wow. It's pretty bad odds.
I know.
It's
not that I didn't try.
I'll have a separate prize for veteran players who make it to the end. But it is going to be, so we're teaching it that we're going to play a turbo
never
tournament.
scared.
Ethan, where's Ethan?
I ain't never scared.
He's usually my
I ain't never scared.
Yeah.
I ain't never scared.
Yeah.
I ain't never scared.
I am. I'm a scary ass bitch. I have friends that are
If you
scammers.
scared,
Boom, and there we go, guys. The Black Magic design, no video signal. You guys want to watch the stream where it's just the
if you're scared, go to church.
graphics here? Because Marichu just flopped trips. And we're going to wrap it up after this hand, but I kind of am curious to watch it play out, graphics only.
You know, Jerry's got the backdoor spade draw
15, I'm a bet 15.
And a gut shot.
and a gut shot. Oh, no.
If you're scared, go to church.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Will the spades get there?
Marichu going to bet. Jerry going to float.
She's fearless. Jerry will play an ace and the hand rank card.
Relationships
If
and
you
also
scared, go to
business.
church.
I got my best friend now. That's how we met.
Sometimes her second card says Hallmark on the back of it.
There we go.
Tell people that there's community.
Nate Bob says, interesting stream. You're right, buddy. That was interesting.
But we all have this common interest, which is poker.
And by the way, Nick, I've had a great time tonight.
I've had fun, too. It was a little wild. A lot of technical issues tonight, but honestly, I just have fun sitting here watching the stream, talking poker.
Absolutely. And a few other things, too.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you joining us tonight.
Absolutely.
And good luck on Monday in David's game.
Thanks.
That's going to be fun to watch.
See if I can't chop it up a little bit.
Yeah, you better not play too friendly or you might get eaten alive in that one.
That's a fact.
So Marty bets 10. Jerry just going to rip it after hitting Broadway here. Marty in a tough spot with her trip queens.
Wow.
Oh,
And she calls.
Oh, no. Last hand of the night. I'm going to have to clip this one, guys. With the black screen.
Rivers Broadway shoves and gets called.
Goodness gracious. Big pot energy on the last pot of the night. $430 in the middle. I think it's the biggest pot that we played tonight.
Absolutely. Marichu trying to trap with the three ladies and gets run down.
Oh, boy. Thank you to the ADU that hung around to watch the end here. We appreciate it. We hope to see you guys at PH Social. We have a great time playing cards here. We got a huge free roll tomorrow night. 2,000 guarantee. I guarantee you there's going to be at least 50, 60 players in that thing. And very likely to break that guarantee and boost that prize pool up near $3,000.
I'll be playing tomorrow night, too.
You playing?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pitching cards during the day, and I'm going to play at night.
Cool. I'm going to be here. Don't know if I'll play the tournament or not, but I'll be running cash.
I've never seen you play the tournament.
You know, it's usually just because they go so late. And
yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I just never end up staying that late, so. But, yeah, guys. Oh, and we're back for a second here, but we're going to be wrapping it up. And just wanted to say appreciate to all of our viewers. You guys hit the like button one time for us on your way out the door. And we're going to catch you back here on Monday for David's game. 5-5, no cap. Robin, thanks for being with us.
Absolutely. I've had a great time. Thanks for having me. Hopefully I can make it again next Thursday, if you'll have me.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it very much.
Absolutely.
And good luck in the game Monday, and we'll catch you guys next time.
All right, guys, you take care. See you soon.